Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water. But first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Now, grab your glass for that water. Get your container of that water. Lift that container of that water. Simply pour that water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Now move your body and drink some water. Now move your body and drink some water, fam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, move, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But to stay healthy, breathe, drink, eat, move. Culturally appropriate, of course. But take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Drink your water. Family, let me tell you one thing. And please believe me. Water has never tasted so good. I started drinking it at 12 o'clock last night. And the first thing I noticed was the sweet taste of water. And a lot of the ancient stories that I would read, I would hear people talk about the sweet water and people wanting particular water from particular places because the water had a taste. And I am here to tell you that after 3 days of not drinking water, water is one of the best tasting things I have ever had. As a matter of fact, right now there's a lingering sweet taste in my mouth. And I'm like, yo, I mean, I never noticed this. This is my third year with the dry. I think with the dry, this might be my third year doing the 3 days dry. But this time, the water is alive. The water is very sweet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, is it because we're surrounded with water all the time that we don't, at least where we are, we don't get to really appreciate the good taste of water? Shit, I was amazed. I'm still drained, but the water is just, and I was like, damn, is it because of the copper thing that I'm drinking it out of, or so I just took a little bit from a bottle. I'm like, damn, shit. I even tried some sink water. I was like, I could taste the difference, but I'm like, this water's still good. So family, like I said, today we're gonna be doing our toast and talk. So we're gonna go and knock this toast out because I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to get the energy up. Maybe if some of y'all call in, we get the energy popping off. But we are open to discuss whatever it is that is on your mind. I'm going to go to the Giammi Journey timeline. But first off, I want to welcome you to the place where your hustle builds muscle. The home of the stubborn minority, also known as the Congregation of the Mighty. You are now tuned into Giammi Journey Media. Come on, anime. Let's try it again. Giammi Journey Media. Are you fasting too? Anime? Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you slide then, but you still need to get it out. Come on now. This is a Heart of a Simba production. We are on the Daily Toast, and of course, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. All right, let's see what's on our timeline real quick before we go on and do this toast. Of course, y'all know I'm only on water right now. So, those that bear with me while I was stumbling and shit through through our regular thing, because, going dry, man, it's like, you see a whole nother reality. But once again, in the future, there will be a lot of changes popping off, all right? So, I want y'all to get ready for that, all right? Because, of course, we're going to continue doing the Daily Toast, but it may be a little bit different because I'm starting a course to try to find a way to make this sustainable, right? I mean, because like I said, I would do it. I've been doing it for free, but I have everything that I need to generate some income from what we are doing right here, right now. And I want to get the skills so that I can help other people, because we got older people out here that may need to be able to generate some income, and we got younger people coming up that we're going to have a system in place where we could at least help them be able to start generating some income. Because we already know that with the automation coming in and with the way things are popping off in the world, we may not have many of the opportunities, or our young people might not have the opportunities that the boomer class and Generation X, my generation, had coming up. So we need to go on and find ways where they are able to sustain themselves. But anyway, some of the stuff we could talk about today. Brother Renee Triggs graduated yesterday. Shouts out. Shots out. I went to it, but family, I love my people. But when I'm fasting, I can't be around there because that shit, man. I mean, we was in the church. Motherfuckers was standing up on the pews, you know, take it. I mean, I was like, oh, the energy was like, oh, and I was just sitting in the back trying to chill, and I was trying to make it. I'm like, and I didn't get to make it to when Brother Renee had the opportunity to speak, or I would have had it taped and put up here. Hopefully somebody got it and we could share it with the family. But I was like, oh my God, look at my people, Lord have mercy. I mean, I was sitting up there, I said, if one more man walked by me pulling his pants up, I might just go postal in this motherfucker, even though I wouldn't be able to do nothing, but raise my hand and shit, be like, help, But we're proud of the brother. He did his damn thing. See, and some people been picking up for me. There's a video I got on here, being poor costs more. That rhymes. Real good video. My auntie's checking on me. They say you look tired. Was my nephew sleepy today? Man, I'm fasting, family, so I'm going through it. Some smoke screens that are up. They got asteroids coming at the Earth, the size of a football field and stuff like that. America, the U.S. commander says American forces face imminent threat from Iran. So we know what that's about. Columbus City Attorney wants to keep more nonviolent offenders out of jail. I just got a post that the Bexley school system is banning electronic equipment like phones and tablets and stuff out of the classroom. Those are things that we could talk about, right? But before that, of course, y'all know what we gather here for. We're here right now to go on and celebrate and toast our ancestors. So, since I'm only doing water, I'm going to bring the last little bit of my water up. I'm going to pour it. Next week, we back on that ambrosia and any other drinks that I want. I'm back on my broths, so my energy will start increasing. But I appreciate y'all for bearing with me as I go through this struggle. So I put up the call-in lines right after we get done with our toast. So first, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift our glass and we toast that Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. And we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to our list of our ancestors. And we start off, Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walton, Christy Penny Gatson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman L, Nomo X, Sepet Mott Ram, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro Ector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxter Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Ms. Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Ms. Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Tegan Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rennerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sel Well, Levita Farmer, Agosto Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hitter Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Novena Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Moorman, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amitep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Rustlin Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Gillibar Aries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Parrish, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Headley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabraka Torre, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boyd Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball, Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie, Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Kofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alice Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Arlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe, Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Herbin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. On to our black book. Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denisa Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid Isin, Nigel Turner, Albert Woods, Geneva Simmons, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, and Teresa Sambu. We raise up our glass and we salute all of our ancestors that combine us as a tribe and protect us and guide us with wisdom. And all we got to do is be open to seeing where our ancestors are working in our lives. So we lift up our glass and we salute our council of ancestors, right? We salute our family members that have going on, and we salute them once again, and we say Ashe. From their family, we move on to the present moment. Realizing the power of the present moment, we utilize this power of the present moment to keep our pact with our ancestors, to never forget them, to lift them up and salute them, right? And to use their wisdom to better improve where we are right now. We don't have to continue making the same mistakes. We have our ancestors' mistakes to learn from and to be able to grow from and be able to make different decisions that will put us in a different place. But also in this moment, we have a pact with our future generations. And in this moment, we need to be doing the work that is necessary so that we could clear the land for them, so that we could make space and make time for them to move into their greatness and build their pyramids to greatness. All right. So we salute this moment, and in this moment we are in Kuumba. So I'm asking everybody to activate your reticular formations. Activate those reticular formations, family, right? And we're going to hunt. We're putting a price out. We're looking for Kuumba, right? Find a Kuumba, and we're going to take pictures of it. We're going to videotape it. We're going to do audios about it, talking about our principle on this day, and we're going to share it on our Giami Journey timeline, right? Also on your timeline as well. But for those that don't speak the language, Kuumba means creativity. Order is the modic principle of the day. Orange is the color. I was able to find my orange shirt. Cause and effect is the hermetic law of the day. Male name is Kwame. Shouts out to all the Kwames out there. Female name is Amma. Shouts out to all the Ammas. We raise our glass in this moment and we salute and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on and we move to our children, our children's children on to infinity. We salute future generations, right? In this continuum, right? And we salute them in advance, knowing that by us remembering them in advance or pre-remembering them, right, we are, in a sense, priming them so that they will be able to successfully build and then also toast us when we are no longer here. You know what I'm saying? And then also realizing that we're generational people, so we're going to come back. So in a sense, when we toast the future generation, we also toasting ourselves. Hopefully we'll come back with a little bit more know-how when we make our transition and come back to this mug, right? Usually through our bloodline. So we lift up our glass and we salute. We say Ashe from their family. We move on to all of our relations and we want to toast them. We lift them up and we say Ashe. By the way, shouts out to brother Shaka C.L. Hansberry. I see you out there, my brother. Thank you for posting up. Also, from all of our relations, we're going to move to that selfish toast. What is it that you need in this moment, family, to go to that next level, right? Move to that greatness so that you can knock out some of these obstacles. Because I know they out there, right? We lift it up and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Of course, we move to toast the most magnificent, uplifting, outstanding, inspirational, wisest individual in the room. Don't look around. I'm talking about you. I'm toasting you. I salute you. And we say Ashe. 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 Family, I wish you peace, power, joy in 100 years. I'm going to drink up. I want some more of this sweet water. Man, I have to, when I finished and I woke up at 12, I said, I need some water. So I got up, got my water, said I'm able to drink. And I had to look to make sure, that my children ain't put no sugar in the bottom of this water is so sweet. I'm trying to get y'all to understand, right? Because this might be an experience that some people need to go through because family, I don't know what we missing something. Because this water is good as hell. I'm sitting up here. Is copper sweet? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Well, whatever is working. So family lines are open. I'm going to open the lines 614-556-4535. We can talk about what's ever on your mind. You can ask me any questions. Some of y'all might be interested in doing a 21-day challenge. Yours don't have to be fast, and it could be other things, and I can help you construct your pyramid, and that's going to be coming out real soon, right? So I can go and walk you through, get you to understand the importance of changing the day names, like today for us, those that speak the language is Kuumba, and just making that mind shift, right? Because one of the reasons that I incorporated the dry fast after I found out about it was that first off, just the 21-day fast. People are like, you can't do that, you're gonna die. you're gonna die. Now I'm just a little bit tired. You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, I am practicing for death. I'm practicing to see how it feels when I get older, right? Do I want to be moving around like this, right? Is there certain things that I can add to my regimen right now to help prevent me from being as lack of energy like this? So I'm practicing dying. I'm practicing getting older because it's something that can't be avoided, right? Then my body is having an opportunity to rest, right? And in resting, right, family, the next year, boom, because there's a lot of stuff that's popping off. So first off, I wanted, as a Giambi man, I wanted to defy what other people say that you can't do. You know, after 14 days, you're supposed to be dead. What? Come on now. And all of us know people in our community that have done fasting longer than I have. And then they say 3 days without water. I did 3 days without water. Right? 3 days without water. And it's like, boom, you're supposed to be dead. But I'm not dead. I'm standing right here before you. I'm a little bit tired. You know what I'm saying? But it's still me. And I'm still here. And what I'm trying to tell you is a lot of the limits, right? A lot of the limits that have been placed on you, right? A lot of the limits are just motherfuckers. They make stuff up to keep you in your place. And what I'm telling you is your place is a little bit higher than the box that they have put you in. Because if I could do it, almost anybody out there can do it. And I know some of y'all have some health issues, and we could work around the health issues as far as the challenge. But like I said, the challenge just is not about fasting. The challenge is if you have something that you want to start or something you want to start, and it works in a fashion that you can apply it to anything in your life. So I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing that out there. So if there's any things that y'all want to talk about, matter of fact, let's play a musical interlude. Y'all know what song I'm gonna play. Y'all know what song I'm gonna play. Don't even act like you don't know. Alright? Well, some of y'all might be new, but I received a piece of music from one of my brothers, and I've been vegging out on it ever since, right? So just to let y'all know, I'm burning it up, right? And I love when my brothers shine, right? So let's go on, and as soon as I get this up, it's moving slow like me, moving slow like Brother Atim, Brother Atim. Good grief. Damn. Alright, so I'm going to have to update my computer eventually, but it is what it is. But I'm going to give y'all time. Y'all still got time for those that may want to call in, like and share. Here we go. There we go. Right there. Come on, come on. What's the date? Oh, this will be dropping tomorrow, by the way. Can you open up those curtains and let some light in here, please, sir? My voice even lighter, you know what I'm saying? Because usually I just be able to snap out a command and shit. Now I gotta think about that shit. Right now, I'm at a point where Cleve might be able to take my ass out. You know, don't want to get a young warrior an opportunity. We need to get out there and water those plants. And when I say we, you know what I mean. But Not yet, because I want to go out there because I want to pick some stuff off and I want to aerate the soil. I'm gonna give y'all a picture of our garden on our Facebook. I'm still waiting for the thing, so I'm stalling. I'm waiting for the thing to come up. I'm gonna drink a little bit more water. But the lines are open, fam. We can have a discussion. Uh-oh. One of the superstars, Giame, has called in, and she just got back from a trip to Washington, D.C., and maybe she got some information to share with us. So I'm gonna put her up on here real quick. Do you want to start the conversation now, or do you want me to play the musical interlude first, my dear?
I really called in to ask a question because it sounded real quiet on here. It's not usually quiet on here.
You say who?
I said I called to ask a question. It's not usually this quiet.
Go ahead.
Where's everyone at?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Are you talking about as far as my house or people, period?
People, period. The line is empty.
Yeah, I mean, but we go through phases. And, I'm grateful that you was listening, and I'm grateful that you are concerned about that. So maybe, like I said, we need to get family liking and sharing. But like I said, I'm working on some stuff, and you're going to be the first one to see the stuff that I'm working on, because I hooked up with a brother that's doing the exact same thing that we're doing, right? But he's doing it on a level that he's able to not only support himself, but help other people support themselves. And I see it, and I've been watching it over the last 3 years. And so we about to move to the next level with Giame. So get ready. But go ahead.
So when is the next meeting?
Ours? Well, actually, we were supposed to meet today, but I'm not in any shape to conduct a meeting unless somebody else was going to step up and do it. So we might have to meet either next Kuumba, or we could meet the Kuumba after that. But me and you, we got...
Kuumba after that, are we going into the mall for that?
Oh, the mall
next
is coming.
Kuumba is the 15th. Is that right? Next Kuumba is the 15th, and then
right.
The one after that is the 22nd.
Right. And then the one after that is the 29th. So
right. So the 22nd I'll be gone to for SIMSA, and then the 29th guys be gone for Simba.
You said what?
The 22nd. I should be gone for SIMSA, and the following week the guys should be gone for Simba.
Oh man. All right, that's new for me. So when is the camp here?
That's in July. I don't know the exact date, but I'm going to say around the middle of July, like around the 14th or something like that.
Hold on for a second. Tasha and Gina, why don't y'all put on some lotion and put on some clothes? It's real life here at Giame Journey. Put on some clothes.
I pick lotion.
All right, but dang, so y'all gonna be gone during the mall.
Who? Me.
All right, so we're gonna work that out. But was that the question you wanted to ask?
Yeah, just to know to get back on track. Like you said, I've been out of town, so I just want to, get back into the flow of what the calendar is looking like for us. But no, actually for the mall, the girls will be back. The mall's the 29th?
Yes.
So the girls will be back for the 29th. Some of the boys they have only coming to the Ohio camp.
Right.
So it's still happening.
Okay. I mean, it's going to go down. We're going to make it work. But anyway, we got Brother Kwame that just joined us on the line. What's up, Brother Kwame? Say again?
You're not checking the speaker comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, I'm slow. I'm slow on the uptake, sir.
That's all right. I know you a little undernourished. No, but remember, June 15th is the Halloween meeting.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
The 15th or the 16th, Kwame?
15th.
1
So-
5.
Okay.
So that's next week. So we will have to push the meeting. Well, then you said you won't be here on the 22nd.
Well, we felt we're gonna have to have it happen on the 22nd, and then have them all on the 29th. So I'll miss one, but not the other.
Okay.
Just like the guys miss one and not the other.
Okay.
What's going on the second?
Well, we was talking about having the Warrior meeting because we were supposed to have one today, but I wasn't gonna be. I'm not. I mean, I could be there. I could be there. You know what I'm saying? But that's about it. Cause I'm sitting up here thinking like, cause we got the per ankh tomorrow, and I'm like, damn, I don't even know if I'm gonna make that, man. Cause I'm sitting up here like, you know, I'm back on the water, but my energy is like, I gotta get out here in the sun. I'm gonna get out here in the sun and work with these plants a little bit and see if that helps. But you also asked the question. I haven't heard from Sister Tiandra or Brother Anubis. So if y'all out there, know that the concern is here. Want to make sure y'all all right. Also, you didn't get to join the crew at the Dirty Bat? No, bro, I couldn't go to the Dirty Bat. I couldn't go to the old Dirt. No, hell no. I will celebrate with Brother Renee at another time, but I couldn't. No. Listen, I couldn't even make it through the ceremony because look, I mean,
Look, man, shoot, I didn't even get in the door, man. Shoot. Now, first of all, I didn't tell you, in my 21-day challenge, I done overstretched the muscle in my hip, so I can hardly walk, right?
Okay.
But this was a special event, so I was going, just see if I could get through the ceremony. Man, they had me out there standing, and they basically said, well, that's all, folks. That was like,
hey,
man.
dude, listen, it was so packed up in there, and it was so black that, I mean, it was only so much that I could take, man. I mean, like I said, man, I was like, I said, I better not see another man walk past me pulling up his goddamn pants. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God.
Look. So, Elder Ori Bianchi was out there with me and Charlotte. And, I said, the one good thing about this is that they tell us how we don't value education. And, I don't know if that's necessarily true from the celebration that I see taking place here. But secondly, man, so Charlotte and I are standing in line, well, hell, there ain't no line, right? We just standing outside the door, trying to see if we can get in. And I'll be doggone if some sister did just damn near knock me. Again, I got my cane, right?
Right.
Not even my blind man cane. I got my limping cane, right? So, and this sister just rolls by me, and I think she took her hip and damn near knocked me into the street.
They don't give a...
Charlotte, and I looked at Charlotte. Charlotte looked at me, and she was like, yeah.
Hey, man, hey.
If that was all, man, okay. But then, so I have one of those walking canes that, has 4 legs to it, or 4 feet to it, so it can stand on its own, right?
Right.
So I leave it standing there for a moment, and, I may have, wiped my face or something like that. I went to grab it again, and the sister's butt was where my cane should have been. So I'm all on this behind. Check this out though, man. I think she liked it.
Ah, you over here getting free feels and shit. Over to the left, baby. Over to the left.
See, man, I think women be taking advantage of us blind men, man.
I feel wanted. Thank you, Brett. What's your name? Get Charlotte get her to use some of that training, man. But yo, also we got on the line, we got brother Shaka, who has been waiting patiently.
Can you pour this out?
I ain't touching that. You want to do the best you can. My daughter eat. See, this is what I'm saying, man. I be fasting. My kids don't. I guess they don't understand. My daughter sitting up here eating a mango, putting the mango on my face, talking about, can you pull the seed out, baby? You better eat around that damn seed. I'm not touching that damn mango. What's wrong with you? We on day 13. You lucky I don't eat your little black ass. You know what I'm saying? Season my greens with you. You can keep on playing with me.
I forgot.
But go ahead, Shaka. You on the line. What's going on, my friend?
I'm just tuning in, man. You know, I very seldom these days get an opportunity to. We got one more week of this production. Today we got a gala. Am I saying it right? Is it a gala or a gala?
Either way. Tomato.
Yeah. Well, we got a gala today, and it's $250 a ticket. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to wear for these people because they all gonna want to talk to the cast and all of that. So
right. Wear what you got.
We're going somewhere.
Is that what it is?
Well, you can only wear what you got. I mean, just look good and doing it because they coming to see the character. You know, you after the show. You know what I'm saying? That you're just a stand-in for the character. They're coming to see the character. You're gonna be dressed up all day in your costume. So what you have on afterwards will not matter as much as your performance on stage. If you knock it out in a performance on stage.
Well, you know what? You know what kind of got me perplexed, man, is that the theme is a night in Egypt. So with people in there, that's like, you know, that's some show. Oh, I'm gonna wear a turban. I'm gonna wear a, you know.
Well, why don't you just keep on your outfit?
Yeah. No, my villain costume. Nah, I'm gonna be all right. I got some formal stuff, you know. But
check out, Shaka. Do you have? Now you're an artist, so you may understand. This may translate. You know, you may understand what I'm trying to say. Do you have something that such a character would wear today?
Yes, I do.
I think that would work.
That's what it is, then. I already know what piece it is.
See that?
That's what it is.
That's what family do. That's what tribe do. Joe Berry asks, when is the next event? The next event is on June 29th. That's the next mall. So spread the word for me, brother Joe. Spread the word. I'm about to start. I'm gonna start fermenting the tea. I'm about to get the tea ready, and so I will be in full production. You say what? You do for your Kwame? I got you.
I'll do for my Kwame, and I'm still looking for the sister with the Jinyame keychain.
No, nobody responded on that one, but she'll be at this mall. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Sister Maat said that she thought that she could get it, but I haven't heard back from her yet. So.
Y'all down in Columbus, y'all haven't connected with no fabrication laboratories, huh?
No.
Man, let me tell you something. Fabrication laboratory.
3D printing.
printers, ferro scanners. If you watch the movie Big Hero 6, the kid Hero makes Baymax's armor from the same technology that's available at Case Western Reserve. They even got at Tri-C, they got a fabrication laboratory where you can put a mug into the ferro scanner on one side, and then on the other side, it's being fabricated.
Yeah, they have one. I think it's had by the school of the STEM school that's quote unquote sponsored by Ohio State.
Yeah.
So I know they have one there. Ohio State. But go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is that when they had these fabrication laboratories, man, a lot of times they be open to the public if you learn how to use them. And so, and so you're talking about those Ginyame, the keychains and whatnot, and you know, I've been on it for a minute trying to figure out like what kind of medallion, you know what I mean, and things like that we could be able to create to show our sense of community, you know.
That's true. And you know they cheap enough to buy now. You know what I mean? Not the industrial, but they have ones where you could go and pump out a few things before it breaks down. So we got somebody else calling in at 940. Who is this?
Quasi Lowe.
What's up, Quasi?
What's up?
The family in the house.
What up, dog?
Sister Tracy called in and put the call out. Huh?
What'd you say? Go ahead.
Sister Tracy put the call out and say, where everybody at? And the whole family pop up. Hold on. Cleveland. Yeah. Hey, man, we got them white butterflies out here eating up our shit, man. What? The white butterflies out here eating up our shit.
Those are moths.
Yeah, that motherfucker, he been over there. He been grubbing on them goddamn. Chase that nigga away. I mean,
White butterfly said, what, can a brother eat? Hey, big brother Kwame, what's happening, sir? It's all good, bro. How you doing, man? I'm good, man. Living this beautiful day. I heard that.
Yeah, just leave that open.
Oh, yeah, Brother Quake. Yeah, how's our sister Tiandra doing? I haven't talked to Tiandra in a couple weeks. All right. At least you talked to her in the last couple of weeks. You know, we got family we ain't heard from in a minute.
That's true.
You know, I'm just asking about it, you know. Yeah. Actually, she's been on my mind, so that's I need to reach out.
So my energy coming back because y'all all calling in and checking in and shit. I'm starting to feel, but I'm down. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to my fighting weight. Last time I weighed myself, I started off. I was at 170. When I started, this is the first week. When I started, where did I put that in? Oh, I put that on my phone. I was about 176. Last time I checked, I was about close to 170 after that first week, but I weighed myself within this week, and I was down to 160, right? So you know what I'm saying? So last time I went down to about 140. I don't think I'm gonna get down that far this much because I'm not trying to lose that weight, but I'm allowing my body to cleanse. But anyway, I think I'm feeling good right now. Y'all got me hyped up. I think I might be at the Per Ankh tomorrow. You know?
Well, brother, check this out. Ever since Sister Christine turned us on to that, basically various ways of eating kale and whatnot, man, Charlotte been hooking me up with kale almost daily. Over the last 3 months, I've lost 25 pounds. I'm down to my high school graduating weight, bro.
Go ahead, dude. Go ahead. And of course, I'm gonna incorporate that. And I also have a new morning meal today. Now, one of the things I'm working on today is because y'all know I like the fermented food. So I'm not going to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff because my money is low right now. But what I am going to ferment today is eggs. I'm going to boil the eggs, and I'm going to ferment them for my breakfast. Huh?
Man, I had one of those last time I was there with you, Hot Tim, and let me just tell you something.
Go ahead.
It was not what I expected. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. I don't know whether to laugh or to be mad.
Man, I swear, you know, I felt like you was Joe Rogan, and this was Fear Factor. Like he's just 100-year-old egg. I'm like, all right. You know,
that's kind of scary, brother like me.
But I'm gonna do it different this time. It's gonna be all ambrosia. I'm not.
But what do you think, Shaq?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what it was? You know what it is? You know, listen, I've had the red pickled eggs before, so it wasn't a total shock. I think it was the texture, Tim, because it was a little bit more solid than a pickled egg. And I was looking for that pickle bite, and it was just a whole different sensation. I wasn't ready for it.
You still ain't answered the man.
Out loud, I'm like, okay.
You still ain't answered the man's question.
Look, bro, that's what the Fred Flintstone egg.
Hey, I'm just telling you, man.
When he brought the bottle, look, Hot Tim brought the whole jar of the eggs, and he was looking so happy, and like I was like, all right, I got it. And then I took a closer look. I'm like, man, this stuff floating around in there and everything. Like, you know, we got stuff floating, but he put some stuff.
Right.
What'd you put in there? Hot
I
Tim,
had it.
that was floating around.
It was some type of herb. I can't remember. I mean, I had herbs.
Did it take the film off of the egg or the shell or what?
Oh no, it's out the shell. The eggs are out the shell, and I just put them into a jar. And the method I used last year was I used distilled water or spring water and salt, Himalayan salt. And then, like, I'll put other herbs in there for flavors that I like. I'll put some cayenne in there and some other stuff and just let it sit. So then when I bring it out, I got the flavor on the egg that I want. Now, because I do it myself and I'm not using vinegar, the egg take on a different consistency because you don't need vinegar to pickle. That's one of the things that people don't understand about fermented food. You don't need anything special to ferment. All you need is pure water and salt. So you can make your own pickles, you can make your own kimchi, you can make your own, and all these foods are good, especially for your system, because what it does, the bacteria and yeast that are allowed to be in that help digest the food, so it makes more of the nutrients available to you because it has been pre-digested by the bacteria and yeast. So once again, your system get a break. Then your system get exposed to healthy bacteria and yeast that are basically there to serve your body. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so now this time what I'm gonna do is I got some older ambrosia. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna steam the eggs, cool them off, allow the skin to separate, pick the shell off, and put them in a jar. But instead of using salt and water, I'm gonna use straight ambrosia. So I don't even know how.
You said you were going to steam them rather than boil them.
Well, I mean, I'm one of the things as far as what I do is I use steamers a whole lot. So it's easier for me to steam it. You know, I got kids because anything can happen. I might have to leave. My child might be acting up, and I might have to deal with them. And if I got something on the stove don't automatically cut off like the steamer. So the steamer gives me a certain amount of flexibility. You can make fish with it. You could do chicken. If you eat chicken, you can steam your chicken.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You could do all kinds of vegetables.
Oh, man, shit. All my vegetables are steamed. All my beans are steamed. You know what I'm saying? My diet is when I'm in control of what I'm eating. A lot of my stuff is steamed. So what I like about the steaming process is that the steaming process, it doesn't kill everything. You understand? It doesn't. So the beans, like for example, when you're doing lentils, one of the things you notice about the lentils when you steaming them, you'll start seeing some of the lentils actually take sprout during the process. So when you put them in there, you just got dry lentils. But when you come back after about an hour, because you only have to steam them for an hour, you'll start noticing that certain parts of the certain lentils have already started sprouting, which is real good for you because. Go ahead.
So that is so when we want to speed up our growing process, we can steam some of this stuff and then plant it.
I don't know about that. Don't get me lying. I'm just telling you what I see. You know, I mean, maybe that's the being giving. Maybe that's the being just giving up life.
That's an experiment for a future.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? But yo, the beans, you can steam the beans and all that stuff, and it's you know, and it's sort of like a one of those slow cookers your grandma used to have. If you never had one, those crock pots.
A rice cooker like my mama used to have.
Right. Oh, rice cooker. Okay. How about the crock pot?
Right.
Crock pot, pressure cooker.
Ooh, pressure. He said pressure cooker. Man, those things used to scare the hell out of me.
With good reason. With good reason. Sure.
So yeah, so I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff on there. But Quasi, you called in. What's up, man? He might just be listening in.
Yeah, I'm over my cousin's house.
Oh, okay.
I was just listening, man. Y'all talking about like diets and everything.
Oh man, all types of stuff. There's no such subject. It's toast and talk. Whatever y'all bring to the table, we got it.
Hey, so let me. I got a question for y'all. I heard Kwame talking about the kale, and the first thing that came on my head is, you know, I need to be eating more greens, and then on top of that, I need to incorporate turmeric to the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is what is an effective amount of turmeric? Would you say? I ain't talking about just to put in a dish, but to consume on the.
I haven't heard of any. I haven't heard of any negative effects. So until you get tired of it, you understand what I'm saying? Just do it. I mean, because with all things, Mazia told me a long time ago. One of my Jamaican brothers, he said, "Too much of one thing is good for nothing." So with a lot of stuff that we do, we got to make sure that we take a break every now and then. Even, you know, I'm brewing ambrosia. Sometimes I have to, like this 21-day fast allows me to take breaks, if nothing but for a week, from certain things. So we got to do everything in moderation. So, you know, I mean, use turmeric for a time and then you stop. And then you start back up.
Right.
When you receive the call to do it again. But we got an unknown caller on the line. Who's this unknown caller? How you doing? Welcome.
Hey, it's Kim.
Uh-oh. What's up? Kim from Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. What's going on? What's going on in the motherland?
We hanging in there. It's the weather is better. It's not as hot as it was, and the rain is starting. So it's actually the weather is really nice.
Are you? Because last time I spoke to you, you said something about Senegal.
Yeah, I'm going to Senegal next week. Next Saturday, I'll be flying out. And I'll be in Senegal until mid-August.
I mean, is this like a vacation, or you going there for an assignment, or what's popping off?
My husband is there, so I have a place there. So
okay.
I'm kind of going home.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm going home.
my wife may be coming to Senegal in December. Well, it still remains to be seen, but hopefully we can get her to Senegal in December. Her dance troupe, she has a West African dance troupe that was started by a Senegalese brother. Excuse me.
Abdul Kunta.
Cool. Huh?
His name was Abdul Kunta, right?
Absolutely.
It was one world renowned.
Yeah. Just let us know. In December, I'm planning on going to the United States for winter break in December. But I don't know. Hopefully my husband will come too. But it depends on when in December.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah. So I got one more week here in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, and then I'll be.
Is school out for y'all? Is school out for y'all?
No, we have one more week. We end on the Friday.
Okay. All right. So you know we international now. So we got brothers from here, Columbus. We got a Cleveland, and we got a sister calling in from Ouagadougou. Tribe is growing. Yeah. Everything is going good. Any subjects that anybody want to sit up there and tackle right now? We got the mind. We got the mind power to solve all world issues right now. So let's go and solve a problem.
I had a question. How many of us in there on the line have heard the I think it's called the talking drum?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So at my wife or Chasan's last what was it, their spring showing. One of the brothers from Senegal was playing the talking drum.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first time hearing it. I was like, or at least my first time hearing it in, for true or in reality. Or in real time, I guess I should say. And shoot, man, I was just like, oh, wow.
Because it actually talks.
Yeah, they're a good drummer.
Kwame, have you touched one?
Say that again?
Have you touched the talking drum?
No.
Okay. You understand how it makes the sound that it makes?
I know the brother has a strap around his shoulder, and he's holding the drum under his arm, or if you will.
Yeah.
Right.
He's beating it with a stick, but he squeeze. I think it has like strings or something around it.
Right.
The tension strings.
Yeah, tension strings to squeeze it in order to modulate the sound.
And instead of a regular mallet, it's like a crook.
It is. That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. But it's a fascinating instrument.
Yes, it is.
It is. That's true. That is so true.
Well, here's the resident expert now, Miss Charlotte Horton Teachler with the West African dance troupe, Chasan.
What's up? You on the line, girl? What's going on?
And look, hey, babe, now what does Chasan mean for our?
It means reach the culture, the tradition.
Don't be shy. Couldn't hear that.
You got it, and that's in the Wolof language for,
Oh, it's in Wolof?
Yeah.
What is it? Say the word again.
Choisan.
You said Choisan?
Chasan.
Choisan. That's a Wolof word?
Yes.
That's what we was told.
That's
No,
fine.
no. Keep in mind that this it was named by Papa Kunta.
I know.
Yeah, and
I'm just bragging on
Hey, everybody.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. When you got when it's good, it's good to go on and acknowledge that it's good. But shoot, so all right, obviously y'all don't want to solve no world issues. So, and I got some articles I could bring up, but I'm not gonna do that right now. We can save it for.
So,
Go ahead.
okay, so this is expansive, I guess. So me playing this villain has allowed people to become more transparent with me, and and what has come out is that people identify my way of thinking as a cult leader.
As a cult leader.
Right.
Okay.
Now, and like I said, this is expansive. My question is, if I look at the plans of bringing a residential place for an artist society that has a very specific healing arts and solution-based media, is that a cult? And
Well,
if so, hold on.
Go ahead.
And if so, would that residential environment be a plantation?
No. All right. See, because you made a crucial jump. You moved from a cult to
Yeah.
slavery. They don't.
Right.
They don't necessarily go hand in hand. What
Right.
is cult the root word for, brother?
Culture.
Okay. Right? And both those words in a sense come from tilling the earth. Now, I got a question for you. Is Microsoft a cult?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Google a cult?
Yeah, to believe.
All right.
Oh.
How about Amazon?
And yes, Apple.
Yes, Apple.
Oh, definitely Apple. They're cults. See, what we got to understand is we get scared of words because the way cult has been used on us, it has been to our detriment. And what we have to understand, because
and
you
that's
got
why that's why I said plantation, because when I said plantation, we automatically went slave.
right.
And at the end of the day, is a plantation a bad thing? If I took Central High School and said, you know what, this is the Black Phoenix plantation now, and we're cropping hibiscus and we got our honeybees here, and we're branding products and services for the healing arts and solution based media. Is
That would be rather stupid, brother. Listen to me. Why would you brand it with a name that will be associated immediately with what you don't want? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, I mean, because think about this. Is the Nation of Islam a cult?
yeah.
So
Yes.
one of the key pieces that we're missing in all of our movements is this whole idea of building culture. See, if you just leave it where regular people think about cult, then of course it's going to be misconstrued. But you have to think about it on a whole nother level, because the culture provides the picture. My mind is moving slow. The culture provides the template in teaching people how to think. So you can have a negative cult and you can also have a positive cult, right? But both of them develops a culture that moves people on. The whole ADOS movement, the whole when people talk about the ADOS thing, in a sense, that's a cult. That's a group of individuals that decided we are going to formulate a culture, and until they move to a critical piece and be recognized, then people will always be like, oh, that's cult-like behavior. But the Republican Party is a cult.
Right.
The Democratic Party is a cult.
No.
Go ahead.
Quick point. because what you're saying has truth to it, but the part that's missing, it may be alluded to from what you're saying, but to make it really clear, the idea of a cult is coming from the occult. And the idea of the occult is that which is hidden, unknown, to outsiders. And so when you get, but again, I mean, what Hatim is saying is true, but it may gloss over the fact that it's the idea that what goes on in here, Cosa Nostra, Ket in Pin, you know, this is our thing. And what is our thing, you outsiders don't need to know.
Right.
That's what the so there's the idea of the cult in terms of culture, and Angels is a cult to a certain degree, but they're open with their shit.
Right.
They tell you where they're coming from. They tell you what they're coming for. So there's very little hidden there. And so
That's true.
On the idea,
No, ADOS.
So in the ADOS, ADOS. In the sense that they're establishing a culture from the sense of, look, damn it, we're looking at this as descendants of people who were taken as prisoners here, as enslaved people here. However you want to reference it, as those people, as descendants of those people, we're coming for our, as Martin Luther King said, we're coming for our check.
Right. Now, you remember back in the day, maybe some 20 years ago, they had this big thing on Dateline about people when the Air Force getting their wings, and they're taking these little wings and diving into the chest, going to other part of the society, just like I was watching this one show, if y'all watch The Shot, and the one cop, he was flashbacking to when his partner had shot a black man, and his partner looked at him and was just like, hey, you know, in Latin, was like, brothers in blue, you with me? You know what I mean? And it's like, you have these fraternal bonds. I guess, before I even ask the question, I guess fraternity in itself is cult.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess my major, well, flipping it back and not going back into the slavery thing, but then the idea of plantation. Number one, do plantations still exist? Number two, which ones do we see and just not call it a plantation? When we look at Fortune 500 companies, when we look at these.
Shit. That's why they don't call them plantations, homie.
Yeah.
I think plantations, they exist. Plantations work. I mean, they work very well.
Yeah,
So
they
why would you consider something that works? Of course they exist.
Right.
They wouldn't do that. It works too well.
And I mean, because if you look at a lot of practices that a lot of these jobs use anyway, a lot of these practices came up out of slavery. You know what I'm saying? That's, as you start getting into the history, you be like, damn, all this shit, the whole people management piece came out of them working with us. So yes, the plantation exists. We call them jobs now. You know what I'm saying? Or job places.
And schools.
And schools.
Wow.
So when you and
Institution.
So we but it's all in the labeling. You have to be careful in the labeling, because people with a surface knowledge, especially being black, you know what I'm saying, they automatically look at our stuff in a different way. People don't understand that there takes a certain dedication in order to build a Fortune 500 company. You need a group of You need a group of individuals that are totally 100% behind what that idea is. I want you to imagine where Apple would be if they didn't have people sleeping in the office and working 18 to 20 hours a day and sleeping up under the desk and that was totally dedicated to the growth of this thing. Same thing with Google, same thing with Amazon. You always have, with these big companies, you have a core group of individuals who understand, as Kwame said, this is our thing. This is our thing. We take care of our thing will take care of us. And they don't want us to get... Go ahead.
I mean, you're right. But, you know, as a business person now, you know, my husband and I have been in business 5 years. And I've lived this struggle. And it's not just these exceptional examples of Apple and Amazon. Like, they're so exceptional when it comes to business, we shouldn't even use them as an example.
I could dig that.
Because the regular people who go into business have to sacrifice so much. Literally, you have to sacrifice everything just to be sustainable. Especially if you're black. So we really don't understand the level of sacrifice people make just to have a regular mom and pop.
That's very true. So let's dial it back from the big examples, and let's dial it to what it takes to actually have a mom and pops. Right?
A beauty shop.
A beauty shop. You know what I'm saying? Now, one of the things that and you know, people gonna get upset with me. One of the things that's missing is the cult or the culture of these places, because for us, they become 9 to 5s.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So I just want to come in. I want to get paid. See, but when you look at the successful companies, they motivate something in people to be like, shit, I just want to be part of it. If I get paid, it's a bonus.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we're missing in many cases, especially with our businesses. Because then, for example, and you told me not to use Apple but one piece that I want to use with Apple is that Apple customers are willing to pay a higher amount because they are allowed to be in the know. Black folks, we look at paying a higher price to our own sales like, no. But if we was to kind of get people to change the perspective, look, this is what we up against. This is our thing. So we have to pay a premium. You have to make. That's why in Giammi, one of the major lessons is those three of the pillars: honor, loyalty, and sacrifice. Sacrifice being one of the major pieces. A lot of people don't people don't understand that whole piece.
Hey, because I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to community and it comes to, man, I came to a level where it's like people stop telling me no when I ask for things, right? However, when all I had was me and no babysitter or whatnot, and I'd go out for some babysitters, people wouldn't tell me no. But then they'd be like, $50 a day. I'm like, $50 a day? What kind of job you think I'm going to? I'm Ubering, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But it's I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. I've never paid $50 a day for a babysitter, let alone to a stranger that I really didn't know the service that they were providing for real. Like, if I was going to pay $50 a day to watch my son, you got to have some kind of document on the wall certifying that, you know what I mean? I don't know. To me, that's what it is. I just have never been asked to it.
But who provides that document on the wall?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is that, like, when it comes to, wow, I think I lost myself in that whole thing.
No, so check it out. So first of all, you have to give the age of your son, and then the hours that they would be watching it, and that gives a better perspective of what the charge is. So, for example, way back when I was in my 20s, one of my older brothers had a son that he took to this white woman. Not sure why, but well, no, I know why, but that's another story. So took to this white woman, and I was going to pick him up one day, and I was given a check to pay the woman, right?
Mhm.
And they were given something like, I mean, when he was a baby, I mean, that's damn near like it was some ungodly amount for a week's time.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, ungodly, man. And then, as he got older, right before he started into school, I mean, it lessened, but it never fell below easily. They must have been paying somewhere about $400
A week.
Yeah.
That's not unheard of today, man.
That's reasonable. No, that's reasonable.
Look, I'm 53 now, bro. That was 30 years ago. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you. You ain't got to be yelling.
Right.
I heard you. You're all aggressive.
And
I heard you.
Kim, where I'm coming from is, you got somebody in the tribe, maybe a teenager who is at home anyway, and I dropped my son off, who is pretty much, Tim, you've been with Pharaoh before. He's pretty much independent in his own thing. He might ask for something out the fridge or whatever, but $20 a day, I'm good with that. $100 a week if I had to be out working like that. For a teenager, that's cool. And to jump from there into, all right, well, now she's not available, so let me see what else is out here. And I'm getting the $50 a day from stranger situation. I'm like, for me, I need more of that thing, and from my nuclear setting. But the fact that I didn't have that, it made me kind of look sideways at that price. Like, what exactly is he getting? $50 a day, like, you know what I mean? So that's where I was at, and especially in the sense that I might go out and only make $50. That and Uber is like taxi, and you really don't know what you're gonna come home with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so yeah.
So
You're right. No, I agree with you. You're talking about the price of child care. The cost of child care has risen drastically when you have to go to strangers. It's unattainable for some people. No, I I agree with you on that. I think that child care has been an issue, like you guys said, since for 30 years. It's been, my eldest child is 25, and I'm 54. So I had to deal with child care expenses with her as well.
Sidebar, when's your birthday, Sister Kim?
October, yeah.
Okay.
October 1965.
Man, my nephew's birthday is October 19th.
Oh, so am I. October 1965.
one of those Libras.
Pharaoh's October 25th.
One of those Libras.
Keep in mind, I got about 50-something nieces and nephews.
Right. So it was,
Wow.
the statistics was working for him. But the whole now, one of the things that my wife did was, when she came here, she kind of established relationships with her community, far as the Ghanaians, man. And it's like, childcare, we pay, but childcare was never really an issue for us. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
right.
and between my mom and some of the people that she was working with, we was paying. I used to tell my wife, I said, listen, she'd be like, she would complain about how much the woman was charging. I said, listen, you need to send her a little bit extra, because if we get out here and get some real child care, you gonna understand. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
You gonna understand, but like I said, that's neither here nor there. Because, they don't listen to me until...
But no, Hatim, you tapped into the difference between an immigrant community and our community.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's it.
my husband is also
That's
an immigrant, and we were fortunate. We brought his mother to the United States,
Mm-hmm.
and she got her green card, and she lived with us for 15 years. So she helped me raise my kids. So I will be grateful forever, and I love her for that. And she didn't ask for some money, but we just bought her gifts. We took her on vacations. We treated her very well. But we, as American descendants of slaves, us and our current generation, we didn't have that tax. We didn't have that. We didn't have the big mama who's at home all the time, keeping
Right.
everybody's kids, just give her what
Right.
give her. Like our parents
Bam.
had, like my mother didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But I did, but I could tap into the immigrant situation with my mother-in-law. But that is another thing that ADOS don't have, and we got to pay that recent immigrants.
You make a very valid point, because my grandmother raised all 7 of her kids, and when they had kids, which was me and my generation, she raised us. She had 7 or 8 of us living in her house all at the same time. When my dad was in the Air Force and working in power plants, I lived in Cleveland Heights with my grandmother. When she passed away, that whole tradition passed away. Aunties and uncles had a price. You know what I mean? They had their own flock to tend to then. And still together. I had this conversation with my dad not too long ago. I said, the difference between me and you is you had mama.
Yep.
I don't have somebody to drop Pharaoh off to go out and grind the way that I can. You know what I mean? Now it's a blessing. It's a blessing that I do now. It's a blessing that, you know, my 20-year-old is now in the household with us. And man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I very rarely speak of this, but I've been reunited with my daughter after 16 years of estrangement. She's the reason why I started the Black Phoenix movement, right? And for her at 20, being in the household and meeting for the first time, Pharaoh, her 8-year-old daughter, I mean, they've known each other forever. Like they're they bicker a little bit, but they're separate. The wave of consciousness and creativity that's going through my house on an everyday basis, man, I am thankful. There's such abundance in my life right now. I just had to express that because, you know, this is a Saka that y'all ain't heard from. And you know, and Hatim, this is a Saka you ain't seen in some 16 years. It's like, now I know that my children are protected and that I have, you know, a place in their life to be in. And every day when Diamond wakes up, you know, she comes out with her book and I'm teaching her lesson after lesson, all the lessons that we can back up on. Now it's like, you know, just this is what it is. And this is, I don't know. I just had to interject and say that, because right now, that's the one thing, you know, like, and I told my daughter too. I said, you, before she got here, I said, you are the most like my grandmother than anybody else in the family. So it's not her spirit and all of that. And she was like, well, do you think that I could bring the family together? And, you know, just for her having that question on her heart, I think that's part of the reason she here. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I feel you, bro. Feel you.
Yeah. Now draw up your tears. This is a man show. Stop all that goddamn crying. Stop it. Dry it up.
Look, bro. Look. Your tears, bro, are like me.
That's hey.
So you cry on as you will.
Hey, you got a point there.
Who cried?
We hear it in your voice, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I cry every now and then too. But hey, fam, I'm gonna go and get off of this. I gotta go out here because I'm seeing a bunch of white butterflies, and anytime there's a group of white anything, I get concerned. One of the lessons passed to me from my ancestors. You know what I'm saying?
The next time you guys go get your hair cut, ask your barber or whoever is running a particular barber shop, what master barber were they trained under? You got the question?
In Columbus?
Ask them what master. Yes. If they were trained in Columbus, and I think it's an Ohio thing that if you're coming, let's say, from New York to Ohio, and you want to have your own shop, I think you have to, do an apprenticeship under a master barber. So ask them who their master barber was.
All right.
Now, and I leave it off at this. The reason I'm asking that question is because going back to what Sister Kim was talking about as far as us establishing our businesses and whatnot, I found the barber, who was cutting me up the way I wanted to be cut up, right? And, for the most part at that time I was just getting shaved anyway. But, he was doing a really good job. And I was like, okay, so how long will it be before you have your license, certificate, and all that stuff in order? She was like, well, I still got to finish up my apprenticeship under our master barber. I was like, who's your master barber? He said, Mr. Brown. Y'all remember Mr. Brown? He was on Cleveland. He was on Cleveland Avenue. Well, anyway, a lot of barbers were getting, at one point, they were getting their apprenticeship with him. Now, he's the only black barber I knew who was a master barber, but I'm sure there's others. But I'm just curious because the next thing I knew, that brother who who was cutting my hair and stuff, I didn't find him anymore, and he couldn't get the shop because of the problems he was having, trying to finish his apprenticeship.
Wow.
But anyway, all right, family, one love.
One love. All right, fam. Before we get out, I'm gonna pay Black Airbenders, Rashawn. A salute to Rashawn Roland Kirk, right here in Columbus. Featuring Eddie Baird and Storm 9000. It's probably be my 10th time playing it on the show, but hey, I don't care. right, family. That is the Black Airbenders. Track is called Rashawn, featuring Eddie Baird and Storm 9000. This will be available, I think, tomorrow on all places where you stream, all places where you buy your downloads. It will be available, you know. So my only complaint is not long enough. I need at least a 9-minute song. I've been listening to Fela. I need it to be long, you know. But hey, you still get the thumbs up from Giammi Journey, and I'm like, man, this is hot. This is hot. All right, so hold on. I can increase the quality. What? Okay, I got it at the highest quality. Okay. All right. So, all right, this is Brother Hatem. I want to remind you that you are now in the place where your hustle builds muscle. You are amongst the stubborn minority within the congregation of the mighty. This is Giammi Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simmer production, and we have killed another daily toast and talk. I love my family. All right. And we strive to blow up your old paradigm. We out.